For today, we're going to have some fun. We're going to make a classic Pico de Gallo. Of course, I'm going to put a few of my own touches to it. You will need to be able to use a knife and a cutting board, and you'll be able to identify the following ingredients. Are you ready? Let's take a look. I've got a little bit of cumin here in the jar. I've got some salt. I have some lime juice. I know I really should be using a real lime, but they're out of season right now, hard to come by, so we're going to pass on that. We have cilantro, again with the jalapeno peppers. They were on sale. I bought a boatload, and when I ordered them, oh my God, I got 10 times too many. They brought pounds. I actually wanted to order 2, and they brought 2 pounds. Enough about that. Here's some garlic, onion. I already started one, so I just want to make sure I finish this one off. And then we have 4 Romano tomatoes, and they're nice and firm when you touch them. They give a little bit, but not much, so they're going to be real easy to cut. I also have to wash these, and I have to wash the peppers, so I'm going to do that with my famous vinegar and water mix. All right, the super cocktail mix. 1 part vinegar, 3 parts water. Spray the outside of the vegetable with it. It will take care of any bacteria. It will also start to clean it. You know, people use vinegar on their windows, and it's a great disinfectant, and it also gets rid of the crap that they put on at the grocery store to make this stuff shine, you know, the wax. All right, let's go back over to the cutting board and get these vegetables ready. I like to start with the tomatoes. First thing I'm going to do is cut off that end there. Down once. And then we're going to go here, like that, like that. It's important that your tomatoes are firm enough to do this, otherwise they're going to squish all over the place and you're going to get aggravated. All right? It may take you practice a couple of times, but it's well worth it. Okay? So here we go. I'm making these. I'm using a sawing motion because this particular tomato is just a little bit soft. Right. Let's see if I can speed this up a little. Now, there are some people that are going to say, Michael, you're leaving the seeds of the tomato in. What the heck is wrong with you? I like to leave it in because it makes it just a little bit juicier. Looks delicious already, doesn't it? I love the color. These are great tomatoes. They also have a wonderful flavor. These tomatoes and beefsteak tomatoes, for other things, are my 2 favorite tomatoes because they just taste, to me, so delicious when you eat them, and they add so much flavor to anything you're cooking. Like my grandpa used to say, you gotta have the right tools. No, he never said that because he wasn't Scottish. And I can't say the things my uncle used to say because, well, he was just a character. And it's probably not appropriate that I repeat what Uncle John used to say, but I loved him dearly, and he made me grow up real fast. All right, let's finish the tomatoes, and we're going to put them in the bowl here. All right, it was brought to my attention that I picked a bowl that was way too small, and she was right, you know? Happy wife, happy life. So we have a bigger bowl, and I'm going to put the tomatoes in right now. All right, let me do a little cleanup, and we'll get the jalapenos ready. All right, as promised, I told you I'm going to show you again how to trim out the jalapeno peppers. We want to split them in half, try and balance them. And once we have them split in half, this is the part that adds all of the heat. Now, if you want a lot of heat, you can leave this in. With me, I prefer just a little less heat. Okay, as I get older, my body says, no, it really doesn't want that much heat, even though I love it. it doesn't love me. Some things about getting older are great, and other things just plain suck. Sorry about that. Yes. You know, the great thing is people will open doors for you. But you know you're getting old when you fall down and they don't laugh. We looked up Pico de Gallo, what it means, and my wife, who speaks Spanish, says, you know, it means rooster beak. And I said, oh, come on. And she was right, of course. They kind of don't really know how they came up with the name for Pico de Gallo. There's several different theories out there. One being it's because when you pick it up and you do this number, your fingers look like a rooster's beak. So, you know, that's when you're eating it. I don't know about that. Other people have other theories, other philosophies. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of them. And you know, who cares? As long as it tastes good, right? Okay, let's put this in the bowl. Ooh, I love the color. The color combination already looks good. Okay, now we're going to work on the garlic. You got to remember, cut that end off right there. Okay, I'm just going to trim that off. That's going to help the garlic peel, so you don't have to mess with it. Whoops! Cut. Okay, let's do take two on that, because the other garlic, when I smashed it, just took off to the other side of the kitchen. So we're going to start over. Let me cut this end off here. And let me make sure that this sucker doesn't go anywhere. There we go. Oh, it's already half minced. I love it. Just peel this off. Set it off to the side. Garlic always gets my finger sticky. I'm sure it'll get yours sticky too. All right, we got it all there? Yep, good, good, good. Let's just mince. Now, if you have very sensitive skin, you're going to want to make sure that you wash your hands before and after dealing with the garlic, because the skin on my thumb is very thin these days, and it burns. So I'm going to hold back a scream right now, and I'll let you in on another secret. I'm doing this to be fancy, but I normally use minced garlic from a jar. And there's no problem with that. As long as it tastes good, nobody's going to know the difference. Nobody, I guarantee you, nobody's going to come to your house and taste your Pico de Gallo and say, oh, you used garlic from a jar. All right. Let's gather up our garlic. It really is much easier with the jar garlic. But fresh is also well worth it. Again, like I said, nobody is going to come over and say, oh, is this fresh garlic? And if they do, don't invite them over again. Okay, here we are getting ready to do the onion. I may not need to start that second onion. We may have enough here. We'll find out in just a second. Now, with a regular chef's knife, rather than chopping wild, what I do is I rock it. Still need to scoop it up. Just a rocking motion. Is this the way they're going to teach you in culinary school? Probably not. But you know what? These lessons are free. And you don't have to spend a ton of time taking tests on how to chop onions. And as long as the end result works, who the hell cares? You want to make sure that they're small enough that you don't have any really huge pieces. Because you want the onions to complement and be part of the flavor, but you don't want them to really overpower it, okay? I mean, unless you like onions, and then, oh hell, why not just eat an onion, right? Okay. I think I've got this enough. Let me ask my producer, you think it's enough? Yes, okay, she says it's enough. Yay! Let's go in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we don't need any more. We don't need any more. And we can just jump right to the cilantro without even having to stop and clean the board. Ready? This I'm going to make finely chopped. And yes, I'm leaving the stems in there because I feel the stems have a lot of flavor. Call me crazy. If you want to take the time to pick the stems out, be my guest. But you don't need to. Again, with the rocking motion, I'm going to kind of chop these down a little bit. So it's not so big. All right. Oh, had an onion trying to escape there. Yay. Okay. Clean this up. That's where I get yelled at the most. Gotta clean stuff up. You don't clean up after yourself. I'm sorry. Okay. The salt, pour it over the top. And the cumin, don't need a lot. Now, I don't measure this, because you really don't need to. Just put as much of this on as you like. If you want to use real limes, I recommend 1, possibly 2 limes, but there's a lot of juice in this jar, so you really don't need to worry about it. Also, if you want to add a little smooth binder, you can throw in a little bit of olive oil. That's entirely up to you. It is not necessary. By the way, all of the equipment that you see in this kitchen that we use, all of the equipment that we use in this kitchen comes from Amazon. And any of the links that we have going to these products are affiliate links, which is a great way to support our channel. So if you happen to like and approve of what we're using and you'd like to get the same thing, by all means click on the links that you're going to find down in the comments section. And I want to thank you in advance. Now we're giving this a good stirring. Okay. Tell me, that looks absolutely scrumptious. Nothing needed. Boom. It's got all the heat you need. It's got all the crunch you need. And now you want to make sure before you eat it, don't eat it right away. Put it in the refrigerator and chill it for at least 30 minutes. Okay? Enjoy.